welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is an all signs reading, a you and them, for your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus signs. Check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching or you yourself feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. All right, we're starting off with Aries. So let me write that down. Aries. Let's take a look at who you're dealing with. You have the Seven of Cups. Could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. What are their feelings for you? Wheel of Fortune. What are their actions towards you? The World. What are your feelings towards them? Judgment. Your actions. The Two of Swords. Hey, Joey. And the outcome. The Fool. All right, let's see what the situation is. Okay, two cards. Nine of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Okay, so the situation here could be some stress in regards to how you feel secure in a situation. Whoever you're dealing with could make sense with the Seven of Cups. They might be giving off a little bit of emotionally all over the place. They could be dealing with other things. Maybe they're feeling confused or you're feeling confused by them. With the Wheel of Fortune as their feelings towards you, this seems like something that could progress nicely where things start to turn for the better. Their actions with the World card could be that they're wanting to close off some sort of cycle, maybe even gain some closure. For you with your feelings, with the Judgment card, this is about either a second chance or some sort of opportunity. But your actions with the Two of Swords is almost like not saying something. It almost feels like not necessarily an ignoring. It could be. But to me, it feels more of like choosing your battles, knowing when to say something, knowing when not to say something. Your outcome is the Fool card, which is taking a leap of faith. So let's see exactly. You have the Page of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. This is some sort of communication that either this person is holding on to, that is feeling like some sort of burden. Hold on a second. Let's see the Seven of Cups. The Tower, the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. This person right now could be focused on themselves, what they have to do maybe for work, or if they're working on some sort of project or their health, whatever. There's more of a focus on self. And there is, with the Page of Pentacles, some form of communication, but it could be more something that's practical. I feel like a busy kind of energy. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is. The Five of Swords, the Justice, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so they want to turn this around because clearly there has been some sort of event or pattern or whatever with the Five of Swords where there might be a sense of feeling defeated, or there's a lack of trust, or maybe even feeling like there's mind games. Justice card, Ten of Pentacles, to me tells me that this is someone who wants to turn things around, who wants to make things maybe even fair, make them right, because there is this, with the Ten of Pentacles, this potential for something that is strong. Why is the World card their actions? the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Moon card. I feel like there's a bit of fear here, although there is this desire to spark things up again. With the Seven of Swords, this is more of a card of avoidance and hiding, together with the Moon card. Now, this can represent a sense of wanting to close off that cycle. You have Pisces energy there. All right. For you, you have the Two of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Death card. So you have Virgo, Scorpio energy. I feel like for you, you're ready to leave something behind. I think you've even had some time of thinking about it. With this Two of Pentacles, this to me signifies that this has been kind of like an up and down thing for you. Perhaps maybe trying to get a hold of the situation and balance it out. I feel like you're coming from a more practical. Now, this can go vice versa, so take it as it resonates. But I feel like you're done with dealing with something. Why is the Two of Swords your actions? What is that? The King of Cups, Six of Cups, Nine of Cups. I feel like for you, there is a sense of care, maybe love, a strong connection. And there is this, almost like this feeling of being on good terms. But at the same time, I don't know, because like I still get the feeling with the Two of Swords, this is like choosing not to say something. Sometimes like just a bit of a holding back, just to keep the peace. Someone could be very much in their emotions. Well, this is on your side, so this could be you. But there is a sense of like just wanting to be happy or content. Why is the Fool the outcome? The Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, the Page of Cups. So to me, this is more of like offering a more positive approach to the situation. This is like fixing things. This is wanting to be on the same page. There could be an apology as well. There is some sort of expression of feelings here, but I feel like there's something here that's a little more regulated with the Hierophant being here. All right, so let's move on to Taurus. Move on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Okay, for the situation, you have the Six of Wands. Whoever you're dealing with, Magician. Could be an Aries, Virgo, Gemini. Doesn't have to be. Four of Swords is their feelings, their actions, the Empress. For you, you have the Wheel of Fortune on your feelings, and your actions is the Star card. And the outcome is the Seven of Cups. Hey. All right, so Taurus. This doesn't look terrible. This to me almost looks like a situation that is getting back on track, but there is still a little bit of what's going on, what if not kind of thing. whoever you're dealing with, their feelings with the Four of Swords, this is more of like somebody who has taken a pause or on a break. Again, this can go vice versa. Hey, Jono. But their actions with the Empress, actually, you know what? Let me clarify these cards. Let's see what the Six of Wands is for you, why that is the situation. The Five of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords. Okay, so I feel like the theme is going to be everyone wanting to make things all right. So the situation is there is either some sort of loss or sadness or whatever, and trying to be in the present moment. There might have been some sort of communication, but somebody's kind of like on guard. Why is the Magician here for this person? Hierophant, the Hanged Man, the Two of Pentacles. I feel like this person is wondering where you're at, why things are paused, why things are kind of like at a standstill. I get a sense of like waiting. With the Magician, it could be that they're trying to manifest manifest something here. Not exactly sure what though. Four of Swords, Seven of Wands, Three of Swords, Two of Swords. Here's a Ten of Wands at the bottom. Again, this can go vice versa. So for their feelings, this is somebody here who is trying to push away any sort of pain. There could be a pushing away of having some sort of communication. And it's only because with the Four of Swords, this is somebody who needs to take a pause, a mental break, or heal from something. Ten of Wands to me is just telling me, because I saw it while I was shuffling, I saw it before shuffling to clarify these cards, that this person might have this kind of burden, excuse me, that they're carrying. Why is the Empress their actions? Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Death card. They could be focused right now on themselves. So if the Four of Swords is like this mental break, this healing, and then the actions are more, I feel like a self-love type of energy with the Empress, Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Death card. But it doesn't take away from the fact that the feelings are still there. This person could be right now, like I said, focused on themselves, but they could also be maybe wondering to see what you're going to do. I also get a sense of wanting to be together. Wanting to be together. So I don't know if this is somebody looking for proof, looking for a sign. Let's see why your feelings is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh. Why is your feelings the Wheel of Fortune? Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. This is working together, wanting to feel at ease, but feeling stuck though. Feeling a bit on the trapped side. There might be even this strong hold. I feel like for some of you, you might even work with this person. And you're trying to just make it work for the sake of making it work. I don't think you want to deal with anything toxic. There might even be some sort of tension. What is the Star card? Three of Cups, the Moon, the Page of Swords. But you're also kind of hoping that this gets better, on better terms, but you're still a little on the skeptical side. Either if it's not being skeptical, there's a lack of clarity there that you're trying to figure out. Aquarius energy here. Scorpio, like I mentioned already. Taurus. Let's see what the Seven of Cups is, because that's your outcome based on this energy. Hello. John O, thank you. Four of Swords, Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles. That seems kind of positive. That seems kind of positive. I feel like this outcome here, this is more of somebody who's focused on getting things together, balanced, where there is a sense of security, but also this sense of this is going to work out. However, on the other side, like we're going to flip the coin, there's still this question mark with that Seven of Cups. King of Pentacles, the Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Four of Cups, the Sun card. I think whoever this King of Pentacles is, I mean, it is Taurus energy, so it could be you. It could just be the masculine energy. I feel like it's being very patient and slowly but surely trying to make things work. Or if it's like I said before, if it's like a work environment thing, it's like trying to just do what you have to do to avoid certain arguments or drama. But it does leave someone feeling dissatisfied. But the Sun card being here, Leo energy, does tell me that there is some sort of clarity, or maybe, yeah, happy moment. You have the Lovers, Page of Cups, Two of Cups. Now, if that is not something super positive, I don't know what is. I feel like this is a big rocky patch. It doesn't seem like something that is completely over. Okay. Let's move along to Gemini. All right, Gemini, 1810. Melting in this heat. Oh my goodness. I can imagine. All right, Gemini. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what that is. You got the Five of Swords coming out. Gemini. These cards. Okay. Gemini. I feel like it's not just Gemini. Oh my gosh, these cards just keep going all over the place. Hold on, some of them fell. With the Five of Swords, to me, I get this sense of trying to avoid some sort of drama or someone's spiteful behavior or something like that. Give me a second. I just pulled my hair. Okay. Gemini. High Priestess. Somebody could be keeping their silence. The Two of Pentacles is becoming very popular. Queen of Swords, the Moon card. I feel like, okay, this could be you, Knight of Cups, and they're all in the reverse. I I feel like somebody just doesn't care anymore. They're going to say what they need to say, regardless if somebody is going to take it the right way or not. Oh my goodness. Can I just shuffle? Six of Cups. King of Swords. This could be a strong connection. All right. You have Page of Pentacles. I'm going to say for some of you, this could be a work situation. For some, it could be a friendship or something more on the practical level. Others, there could be kind of like small talk here. So this person, Knight of Swords, could be another air sign. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, doesn't have to be. Knight of Cups is their feelings, and their actions is the Page of Swords. Okay, so this person might be somebody who is all over the place when you talk to them. They could be somebody who is always has something to say about something. Like you say something, they have to have the last word, or they always nitpick about something is what I'm also getting. This could be somebody who's always offended. Their feelings with the Knight of Cups, this is somebody who wants to offer love, or wants to approach the situation with their heart open, maybe even be charismatic. I also get the sense of this person could feel like they're approaching you in a nice way, but that's not what you see. Now, their actions with the Page of Swords to me doesn't really signify much, other than they could want to communicate something. But the Page of Swords normally is just, the spy of the tarot. He's just watching. He's curious. Let's see for you. Your feelings, Four of Pentacles. I feel like with this Four of Pentacles, could be a closed off energy, could be holding on. But I almost feel like trying to protect your sanity. You have the Ten of Cups as your feelings. And the outcome is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so something is going to be said. Why is the Page of Pentacles the situation for Gemini? Okay, remember that it could go vice versa. Queen of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. Somebody is emotionally... Look, Ten of Wands is making an appearance in every reading. And it seems like it's a guest appearance because it keeps being the card at the bottom of the deck. So with the Queen of Swords, Eight of Cups, there's definitely this detached energy working together or working on something. For some of you, you find it difficult, or they're finding it difficult. Again, could be like tension. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Ace of Cups, King of Swords, Six of Swords. I feel like this is somebody wanting bygones to be bygones. But they might not be delivering that message in the best way possible. What is this Knight of Cups? King of Cups, the High Priestess, the Strength card. This is somebody holding back their feelings. For some of you, this is somebody who wants you to approach them. Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Four of Wands. I feel like this person can't stop thinking about you. If there has been some sort of drama, this person doesn't want to deal with the drama either. I almost get the sense of also, if they're the ones that brought the drama, they don't want the drama, but they keep creating the drama. What is the Four of Pentacles for you? Hey, Elle. Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I think you're being very patient with the situation. And like I said, I feel like for some of you, you're trying to save your sanity with whoever this is. And although you might want to take action on the situation, I think you're also just sitting back to see what happens. I think you're also trying to mind your own business. Whatever it is that you need to do for yourself, you do. For some of you, maybe keeping yourselves busy. 10 of Cups has your feelings. You have the 9 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the Star card. So you are hoping that, I feel like your hope, for some of you, you hope that this person comes to approach you. Because there is some sort of connection here. And there is a desire to feel happy in it. There's a desire to just be okay. Why is the Ace of Swords here as the outcome? Hermit, Ace of Wands, 6 of Cups. I think there is going to be some sort of clarity, maybe even communication. Somebody, Virgo energy is here. Could be Virgo, doesn't have to be. But I feel like after some time thinking, there is kind of this recognition of this either soul connection or perhaps just getting on the same page and expressing feelings genuinely and authentically. All right, let's move on to Cancer. I should have just done a collective read because I feel like all these readings are going to be the same. Cancer, we're at 2640. Okay, Cancer. Oh, thank you. I do get it colored though. It was supposed to be like this brown with the hints of red, but it turned out to be this color because my actual hair, I don't know if you've seen, seen older videos, if you've subscribed back then, that I have actually like salt and pepper hair. So the blonde is because I guess the white hairs won't let it fully be colored brown. I don't know, something like that. All right, let's see Cancer. Cancer, what's going on with Cancer? Okay, Cancer. Situation is the Hanged Man. Stuck energy, maybe trying to see things. We'll see. Whoever you're dealing with, 3 of Swords, could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Thank you, I appreciate that. They could be feeling hurt. Could be a third-party situation, not sure. Page of Cups is their feelings. Their actions is the King of Cups. So you could also be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or they have it in their chart. It doesn't have to be. I feel like this person is going to say something, because if their feelings is Page of Cups, they might be sorry for something or want to express that they love you, or some sort of positive news. And the actions being the King of Cups, this is somebody who plans on expressing themselves. Now for you, your feelings, you have the King of Wands, Aries, Sag, Leo, and the 4 of Wands is your actions. What's the outcome? 10 of Cups. Okay, okay. Why is the Hanged Man the situation? I feel kind of like this is the season of everyone trying to get their shit together in reference to like connections, relationships, and whatnot. It's almost like, you know, trying to cut dead roots and feed the healthy ones is the sense that I'm getting for all the signs. Like something that just doesn't work, it just doesn't work. It's kind of like, all right, let's just put this to rest and move on and move forward. I don't need to constantly be thinking about this. And the stuff that does work, it's like, okay, if there is some sort of issue, let's work that out and let's move forward. Let's, you know, let's not be children about this. And then the things that are working out, there's a big focus on that It seems like this is the energy for right now until the end of July. Okay, Hanged Man. Or at least that's what it is in the readings that I'm pulling out. All right, Five of Swords, the Empress, and the Knight of Cups. I think this is more of a situation where there might be a little bit of tension, or there was lack of trust. But because of that, there's been some sort of enlightenment and growth. For some of you, I get a sense of forgiveness. And it doesn't mean like forgiveness, like, oh, okay, like as if that never happened or that person was right. Not that. It's kind of like just accepting like, okay, this is what happened, but that's not going to stop me from continuing to live my life or continuing to love. Like, I'm not going to hold on to that, because I do feel like there is some sort of sense of love. Now, for some of you, I also get like a single vibe. If you are single, this is healing that energy or that part of you that was receiving love that wasn't enough, that constantly hurt you, that constantly broke your heart. And it could be that for some time, or maybe a short time, I don't know, that you were closed off to this, or you were skeptical of this. But I feel like you might be opening up. Let's see. Why is the Three of Swords here for them? Two of Wands, Eight of Wands, the Two of Swords. Scorpio energy with the Death card at the bottom. It could have hurt them to break off communication or to have less communication. For some of you, this person could have felt like things were over and you were doing much better without them, and that was hurting them, but they weren't letting that be known. Why is the Page of Cups here for their feelings, which I feel like seems obvious? Temperance, Wheel, Emperor. Okay, so we have Sagittarius, we have Aries energy here. I feel like this person, what this person wants to do is to step up. That's what I'm getting here. That is a decision. Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of court cards here, so I don't know if there is some sort of third-party situation going on. I feel like their actions here is like, no matter what, I still have feelings here. I still care. Could be a Scorpio. Why is the King of Wands here? Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I feel like, okay, so this is for you, but it can go vice versa, but I feel like there is this sense of disappointment and trying to balance things out, still trying to do what you have to do, and more of like somebody will just say the truth. I just want clarity. I'm not here trying to just, you know, play guessing games or trying to mess around, but I'm going to continue doing what I have to do. Like this, again, this is not going to stop me. What is the Four of Wands? Five of Cups. Eight of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. So your actions here, you could have some sort of regret or maybe feeling a sense of missing them, feeling like you're thinking about them, and maybe even with the Seven of Pentacles, wanting to still invest in this, still wanting to put your focus and your energy on this. Others of you, this might be perhaps a situation that already has some sort of foundation, like a marriage, or maybe you guys lived together for a while. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Why is the Five of Wands here? Okay, there might be a difference in opinions. There might still be some sort of lingering, I don't know, issues, not seeing eye to eye. But I feel like with the Ten of Cups being here, everything is okay. For some of you, there is perhaps, I don't really see a lot. There's pentacles here, but I don't see a lot of pentacles. There could be an issue with money, like talks about money. Where is it going? Why isn't it being contributed? Or if it's not money, it could be time, energy. There might be a bit of like skepticism on whether or not this is going to work out. Like if you decide to put in some sort of effort, are they going to put in effort? But for the sake of everything, I feel like everything does go on a better path. Because I don't think you want to lose this, or they don't want to lose, or both of you don't want to lose this connection, because this connection does have a strong tie. There is this energy of like we know each other already. There is love here, is what I'm getting. All right, let's move on to Leo. I feel like this is so different compared to the other readings that I posted. So there is definitely a shift in energy. All right, Leo, we're at 3750. Leo. Okay, Leo. I'm smiling because I kept seeing the Knight of Pentacles when I was shuffling. So that's the situation right now. Knight of Pentacles, things might be moving slowly but surely. Whoever you're dealing with could be a younger individual, could be another fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo. It doesn't have to be. If they're not younger, it could be a maturity difference. Their feelings is the Ten of Cups. Their actions is the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like this individual that you're dealing with is pretty enthusiastic about working something out with you, or perhaps giving to the situation. Let's see. For you, you have the Queen of Wands. Your actions, your feelings are the Queen of Wands. Your actions is the Knight of Swords. The outcome is the Seven of Cups. Another card that keeps showing up. All right, let's see what the Knight of Pentacles is for you. Why is that the situation? I feel like if you have to put somebody in their place, you will. With this Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords, it just spit all over the place. There seems to be some sort of tension with the situation here. Because if the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is reliable, he's slow moving. But the cards that are clarifying, Magician, Five of Wands, Five of Cups. These are two cards of struggles. There might even be this kind of internal fight. I miss them, I don't miss them. For some of you, there's like this practical energy between both of yous. It's not really moving anywhere, but there is also a sense of avoidance, maybe avoiding drama or avoiding feeling a sense of sadness or regret. For some of you, you feel like you can't manifest something better with this individual. Let's see what the Page of Wands is. King of Pentacles, could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, doesn't have to be. The Moon, Pisces energy, and the 8 of Wands. Look, there's the 10 of Wands making its appearance. You might be thinking, or they might be thinking, because this is supposed to be them, they could be unsure of whether or not to approach you, what to do. Do I communicate? Do I not? They could be a little bit afraid on how you're going to react, on how this is going to move forward. For some of you, they know that they've been pretty stagnant or very slow. Why is the 10 of Cups their feelings? Three of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man, 10 of Pentacles. They could be waiting on the right moment right now with their feelings, feeling like they have to wait for the right moment. But there's love here with this 10 of Cups. Okay, so in my mind, I'm getting the sense of like, for some, there was talk about marriage or wanting that, or they want this. Maybe this is something that has come to their mind. For some of you, you've given them an ultimatum, or perhaps made them wait. And this has sparked some sort of enlightenment, perhaps like how they really truly feel about you. Why is the 6 of Pentacles here? Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Their actions here is definitely on board to work something out. I also feel like this person also knew that they had to get their shit together, or had to be, I get the sense of like, had to take care of other practical things. I don't know if that makes sense. Why is the Queen of Wands here for your feelings? Could go vice versa. Just want to remind you of that. The Hermit, Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Sun card. You do have feelings for them as well. But I feel like with this Queen of Wands, you're sitting there, for some of you, either more focused on yourself, or just kind of like, if it happens, it happens. But it needs to come here, because I'm not going to be chasing after this. For some of you, you're feeling good emotionally. Maybe you've detached from this. Maybe you've done your own like thinking about the situation. Maybe you spent some sort of time with yourself, and then there was maybe a sense of clarity in regards to how you feel, either about yourself or about yourself and this individual. But there is a sense of more of emotional balance. Why is your actions the Knight of Swords? 4 of Wands, Justice, Hierophant. Listen, I did say the word marriage, and this thing is showing up over here. Four of Wands, Justice, Hierophant. That can represent absolutely something long-term, because Hierophant and Justice can represent signing a contract. Four of Wands could be a home. For some of you, this is about living together. It doesn't have to be that. But I feel like your actions... I don't like that it's the Knight of Swords, though. Because it seems like all the cards clarifying it seem very optimistic, seem on the right track. There is definitely this conviction or solid idea of what it is that you want, the structure that you want in your life, things to go in the way that you've always planned them to go. And I feel like you're doing that. You're confident in this. Knight of Swords, though, this is like taking action. Could be a little on the reckless side, but I'm going to go and say ready for this. Why is the Seven of Cups here? This could also be a bit of a warning on how you approach something or how you approach this person. The Temperance, the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands. And so there's still a bit of a guard up. Four of Swords, Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups. Why is that? There might still be a little bit of confused on if this person is actually staying or going. They could have been somebody who left you feeling confused or emotionally overwhelmed or emotionally all over the place. For some of you, maybe there are options, but I don't really get that right now. Because this could have been somebody who's like just very in and out. For some, this person could be at a distance. Maybe there was some sort of, I don't know, time apart. Now, this could just be like emotionally distant. And I feel like somebody is sorry for that. I feel like somebody misses and wants clarity, wants things to be better. And at the same time, there's another energy that is kind of keeping their guard up, wanting to keep their peace. Maybe even seeming like they're emotionally detached, but the heart is still there. So there is a bit of kind of like this up and down. Lovers, could be a Gemini. Is someone not making a choice? Is that what it is? For some of you, you're unsure if you want to deal with the situation because it's been really heavy. It was probably toxic. There was probably, I don't know, communication was probably terrible. You don't want to repeat the same cycle. You don't want to get hurt again. Or they don't. Doesn't matter. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Let's move on to Virgo. Virgo. All right, we're on Virgo right now. Virgo. Virgo, then Libra. Virgo, you have the Nine of Wands. Devil. I almost get like a suffering in silence. All right, you have the Temperance card. Sagittarius. Whoever you're dealing with could be an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra with the Queen of Swords. The Three of Wands is their feelings and their actions. The High Priestess. I feel like whoever you're dealing with this Queen of Swords could have some sort of guard up, perhaps. If it's not a guard up, they could be hurt by something, because normally the Queen of Swords is someone who is, yeah, I'm willing to hear you out, but you've already hurt me, or you've already shown your true colors. I see your true colors type of thing. They could also be somebody who is, what's the word that I'm looking for? Jaded, bitter. I don't know why I had to shout that. Their feelings with the Three of Wands is a sense of waiting. And their actions with the High Priestess doesn't really show me any actions. Because the High Priestess is more of listening to your intuition. It's also keeping to yourself and observing. It's not really a card of action. Now, but this could go vice versa. So take it as it resonates. Virgo rising, Libra moon. Okay, cool, cool. You have the Star card, Aquarius energy, as your feelings, and your actions are the Four of Cups. A sense of dissatisfaction, because your feelings here with the Star card signifies a sense of hope and healing. But the Four of Cups as your actions, that doesn't really seem like an action. It's almost like there's an opportunity to do something, perhaps say something, but there's just so much focus on the past or what had happened, and your outcome, oh, is the Two of Cups. All right, so let's see. What is the Temperance card? Why is that the situation for Virgo? Tower, Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, something could have happened abruptly with the Tower card. Eight of Wands, this is movement, quick movement. It could also be something was said. Six of Pentacles is a pretty positive card, because this is a card of generosity. Could be an equal give and take. Now it could be feeling breadcrumbed. So I'm going to go with that. And with the Temperance card, there's this sense of being patient with the situation. Either both or somebody is. I also feel like there's a shift in the dynamic, or a shift in the relationship, or kind of like some sort of different chapter is happening. And that might not be seen or understood. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Death, King of Wands, Two of Pentacles, sorry. Page of Cups. Scorpio, Aries, Sag, Leo energy. This person's behavior could have been a little confusing, because with this Death card here, seems like some sort of ending here. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like an ending. All right, let's move on, move forward. You have the Page of Cups. Person could be younger than you. It doesn't have to be, because they also have the Queen and the King here. Why is their feelings the Three of Wands? Let me get back to that other part. Ace of Wands, Five of Cups, Page of Cups. Lovers. So this person there is some sense of sadness, maybe regret, or feeling remorse, or feeling like maybe even like missing. And Page of Cups, this is about an apology or saying something nice. Now, either they're waiting on this to happen, like coming from you, or they're wanting to do this, but they're either waiting for the right time or making the decision of whether or not that's best to do. Why is the High Priestess their actions? Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles. I feel like this person is hurt. I also feel like this person might be keeping to themselves. They might even want to approach the situation kindly or with an open heart. But then the Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles, I feel like there's a bit of a holding back. Because this to me kind of seems like trying to make the situation better, but at the same time, is it going to be better? Is this person, I feel like this person's actions is unsure of whether to leave it as is, if this is going to fix anything, or if they should. There's a pause here. There is definitely a guard up here. But I don't feel like it's something terrible. Okay, let's see why you have the Star card. Why is that your feelings? Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords. So you're healing from whatever this is. You also have a guard up. You might be focused on, putting your energy elsewhere. And for some, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords could be focused on working on this. I also feel like for some of you, you absolutely have Aquarius in your chart, or you're dealing with somebody with Aquarius in their chart. Because I feel like somebody here is trying to heal from the whole thing, but there is still this guard up. This coldness is still here. How can you have hope for something, but you're still very cold about the situation? Why is the Four of Cups here? Devil, Capricorn energy, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. This is a struggle. Now, the sevens, to me, sometimes in the reading, can represent maybe a spiritual struggle, a struggle that isn't being seen. And there is almost a tug of war is what it looks like to me. Because you don't want this to be a missed opportunity. You don't want to leave yourself feeling like, what if? I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, there's some sort of time and energy that's put into this, some sort of investment, because that's what it is. But not feeling really satisfied. Why is the Two of Cups the outcome, though? Hermit, that's you. Hanged Man, Nine of Cups. This to me just shows kind of like this enlightenment of what it is that you want. Eight of Cups, Hierophant, Queen of Cups. Okay. I feel like because the cards clarifying this seem like this enlightenment of what makes me feel happy, what I want. 7 of Wands, setting up some sort of boundaries, or it could be about pushing away. Chariot, feeling guided to go in a particular direction or a move. 2 of Swords is more of like at a stalemate. And then the following cards that I pulled out, there is still a bit of this, I don't know if it's heaviness or an emotional detachment. But why? It could be about someone trying to gain control, or maybe somebody feels like it has to be their way or the highway. You have the Sun, the King of Swords, the Justice. Strong air energy. You have Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. There's Aries again, Gemini. What is the choice? Is there an ultimatum here? For someone, I get this sense of like, okay, when you get better, come back. I don't know what that means. I don't know if somebody gets better health-wise or mentally or financially needs to get their things together or something like this. I don't know. I hope that made sense. And I hope that was clear. I know, John O. All right, let's move on. Hopefully that was clear, Virgo. Let's move on to Libra. 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 I should probably change the time. All right, Libra, let's change the time here for you. 2, 5. All right, Libra. You have the Moon, Pisces energy. Okay, so things might be a little bit unsure or unclear. Whoever you're dealing with could be a Sagittarius. Temperance card, doesn't have to be. Could be somebody who's waiting. Their feelings, 9 of Pentacles. Their actions, Queen of Pentacles. This to me seems more like somebody who is doing whatever they need for themselves. Your feelings, 10 of Cups. Your actions, 4 of Pentacles. There's a bit of a struggle here because I don't know if somebody is feeling left out in the cold or if somebody is more focused on other things. I almost get the sense of, I really love this person, but they're busy doing something else. And I either have to wait, and then there's kind of like this thinking process of like, okay, if I have to wait, does that Does that mean that they don't care because they're making me wait? I don't know, something like that along the lines. What is the... Darn it. What is the outcome? I forgot to take a card for the outcome. What is the outcome for Libra? Knight of Cups. All right, so let's see what this moon card is here. Three of Cups, Star, Seven of Swords. Aquarius energy for some. Yeah, there's a bit of uncertainty and unsureness. I don't know if somebody just keeps avoiding, or I don't know, maybe lying, maybe they just keep running away. Because you have two cards for one of having a good time or trying to reconcile, get back together, heal things, and then Seven of Swords, a card of avoidance. And no wonder the moon card is there, because there's a sense of what the heck is going on? I'm unsure here. Seven of Cups is at the bottom of the deck too. And this might be leaving you feeling disappointed. Why is the Temperance their energy for them? Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords, Hermit, Virgo at the bottom. There's some sort of stress on this person's part. Although if they're not a water sign, they might be open to receiving communication, maybe emotions here. They might even talk more about things that won't involve feelings, but they're feeling a bit stressed out with this Nine of Swords. So it could be as to why they're here, kind of just waiting. They could be somebody who's displayed patience, or maybe lack thereof. Nine of Pentacles as their feelings. King of Wands, the Magician, the Tower. This person might have some sort of temper. I also get a sense of this person could also want their independence, and nothing against you, but it's more of like trying to focus on themselves, on what it is that they need to do. Why is the Queen of Pentacles their actions? Hierophant, Taurus, Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands. This person wants to take action. There's almost like this certainty of like, I want to move forward. I want to communicate. I want to start this new chapter, this new cycle. But I also want to feel a sense of security. So this person right now could be focused on themselves, but it doesn't take away from the fact that they don't want for things to get on the right track. Why is the Ten of Cups your feelings for this person? Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands, Strength card, Aries, Leo, Sag. There's a confidence here for you, but you're also, you might be holding back because you're unsure. For some of you, you don't want to be disappointed. Why is the Four of Cups here? Justice, Hermit, Five of Cups. You're still upset about something. For some of you, you've given somebody their space and this has hurt you. Knight of Cups. Ace of Cups, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune. You have Cancer energy here. Virgo, Libra, if I didn't mention that already. High Priestess. This is a new chapter. Moving on, moving forward, things turning for the better. There might be a lack of trust here. If there is issues with communicating, or somebody is not, like, I don't know, answering their phone or replying to their messages, there could be still this lingering sense of feeling hurt. Of whether or not this is going to work out. All right. Leave it there. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, what are we at? 10. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio. You could be dealing with an Aries, Gemini. All right, Scorpio, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Whoever you're dealing with could be another water sign. Doesn't have to be. Could be somebody who likes to have a good time, maybe drink, maybe they have a lot of friends. This could be somebody who's wanting to reconcile. Their feelings is the 10 of Pentacles. Their actions, Knight of Cups. Your feelings, 2 of Swords. And your actions is the Ace of Swords. I feel like you... Oh, and the outcome is the Ace of Wands. Okay, some sort of new beginning. Look, another card, Ace of Cups. 2 aces. I strongly feel like a sense of a possible reconciliation. Now, for you, you could have Aquarius, Gemini, Libra in your chart because the 2 cards that belong to you are air sign cards. It could be that right now you're more in your mind as opposed to in your heart space. But I don't think you want your feelings to really be shown. But you will say what it is that you need to say with the Ace of Swords. And I feel like it does provide a sense of clarity. I think this person's actions here may help you to release the state of being at a stalemate. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is. Eight of Cups, 7 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Okay, so there is a lot of like just detachment, questioning, waiting. There isn't a sense of togetherness. For some of you, this is like a runner-chaser type of thing. Somebody wants to be chased or did. Doesn't have to be. Kind of like, okay, I'm going to walk away or I'm going to be emotionally detached. And hold on, are they going to approach me? Are they going to do something? Let me sit here and wait kind of thing. You have the Hierophant that just fell. Taurus energy, the Moon, Pisces, the Hangman, more Pisces energy, Cancer at the bottom of the deck. This person is definitely unsure of what's going on. For some of you, there could be a third-party situation, and that's the issue here. It's still hard because I feel like the answer to third party, and I don't want to be judgmental or anything like that, but I feel like the answer to third party situations is don't be in them, is what it is. I feel like it's so simple because although, let's say I'm the third party, there might be this idea of like, oh, well, what if I'm the catalyst and I'm saving this person from this terrible situation? Or like, wouldn't I be the only one getting hurt? Like the having to wait, or, you know, the constant, there's constant uncertainty. Unless there was like a solid thing where, let's say somebody is getting a divorce and like that's in the process. So this is a little more solid. Now, I don't know why I had to throw that in there, but I did. I feel like this person feels like, where do they stand? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Or maybe you feel that with them. King of Swords, the Death card. Oof, the Ten of Swords. My goodness. Four of Wands. There could be some sort of ending here. Their feelings, either they're feeling betrayed that something ended, or maybe something just drastically changed. Could have to do with a family situation or their sense of security. What is going on? This seems like pretty, I don't know, serious or extra. I can't tell. Why is the Knight of Cups their actions? The Strength card, the Six of Swords, the Nine of Cups, Four of Swords. Their actions is holding back, but moving away from dramatic energy so that they can feel happy. I feel like this person is trying to shift their focus on what does matter. So I don't know if they're dealing with something else and their actions is to move towards you. Why is the Two of Swords here for your feelings? Four of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Lovers. Aries, Sag, Leo, Gemini energy. How do you have cards of somebody who is confident and feeling a sense of like, yes to this relationship, yes to this, but then Two of Swords is like, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to talk about it. Or is it that you break your silence with this Ace of Swords? Why is the Ace of Swords the actions? Six of Wands, Magician, Justice. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Because this is confidently moving towards something that feels better, feels right, making amends or having justice. Why is the Ace of Swords the outcome? Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Page of Cups. I feel like this is about opening up, moving towards better communication. For some of you, the spark is still there. I feel like this is clearing anything that just did not work. Getting back on good terms, bringing back clarity. For some of you, it's bringing back passion to a situation, to a relationship. There could have been waiting, moments of this, of waiting. There might have been a lot of like pauses, or like a lot of back and forth. There's something here that I feel like I'm missing, but I can't pick up on right now. Whoever you're dealing with could also feel stuck, whether it's stuck in the same loop that they're in, They could have been avoiding doing the work on themselves. This could have been an individual here who might have had to grow up. I don't feel like that's the main thing, but that's going to click with someone. Anyway, let's move on to Sagittarius. Sag. Hey, Kay. Let's see, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, for some of you, you're kind of like waiting to feel happy. Could be with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or maybe you're feeling like you're done with something, closed chapter. For some of you, you're closing on a home. For some of you, you're dealing with somebody that you're tired of putting up boundaries with. Sagittarius. Or somebody that keeps pushing you away, or vice versa. Ace of Cups is your situation. So, new chapter in love. This could be self-love as well. Hey, Brittany. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Could be. But a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The King of Pentacles. Maybe somebody who's focused on their work. Their feelings is the Two of Pentacles. So, busy, busy. Now, it could be just kind of like this up and down, trying to keep things balanced. Their actions, Four of Swords, that doesn't really indicate actions. This is a pause. That's a break. For you, Five of Pentacles. You might be feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you're the one that wants to work on this, and they're kind of just leaving you on this freaking loop of ups and downs. Your actions is the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands is about victory, success, and attention. And I immediately got kind of like, yeah, I get the point. I'm moving on and moving forward. Your outcome is the Empress, which is growth, creation, beauty. Could be self-care, self-worth. Let's see what this Ace of Cups is. Three of Cups, 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Strong water energy. For some of you, you might have other options coming in. Might even be having a good time with people you care about. Like to lift your mood. Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, the World card. I think this person here might be closing off some sort of chapter or wanting closure. Because with this King of Pentacles, to me, this seems like somebody who is ready to invest, put in their time and energy into something. Why is the Two of Pentacles their feelings, though? Two of Swords, Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles. So their feelings is they're holding back. They're not wanting to express anything. I feel like they have a large focus on, I don't know, work, family. For some of you, it's kind of like this up and down feeling of what it is they actually want, what is solid. Are you dealing with somebody who's younger than you? Why is the Four of Swords their actions? Death, Scorpio energy, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. So I don't know if they're healing from something, if something ended in their life, or if it was the connection between both of yous, or something like this. But Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. This is about taking action. This is almost like a progression, like going from slow to going faster. For some of you, this person is taking a break. Like they had a lot going on. This could be vice versa. You have the Devil, the Tower, the King of Swords. I feel like you're pissed. And I also feel like you see the situation clearly for what it is. Maybe that's why the Six of Wands is moving forward and moving on. And maybe that Ace of Cups is having other options. I do sincerely feel like you, if you're feeling stuck or feeling down, you do have better times coming ahead. Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Lovers, Gemini, Nine of Wands. But you're still, I feel like you're still a bit stuck on this. This could be a family situation. This might not even be like romantic. I feel like you're tired of waiting on something and you make a solid decision in very true Sag form. Oh my gosh, I forgot to write when Sag started. Womp womp. I did this last time. I don't remember with who, probably Aries. The Moon, the Five of Cups, the Magician. Okay, so out of this stagnancy, out of this uncertainty, this sadness, this yearning and missing, with the Magician card coming out right after that, I feel like this comes full circle and either something gets said, something is worked on, some sort of like heavy burden is spoken about for some of you. You start to focus on other things that bring value into your life, like, I don't know, a work thing or whatever it is that you're working on, something to move something forward. But there's a choice here that you make that I feel like becomes the best choice that you make for yourself. I don't know. I feel like I'm leaving myself confused here. For some of you, I feel like this person does end up opening up. It could be that you lay down the law, you say, listen, this is what I want, and this person then gives you a definite answer. Either, yes, I'm going to put in the work and this is going to move forward. Or they do nothing about it. I feel like there is some sort of movement though. For some of you, you have a fear of being alone. Again. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. Darn it. I can't believe I forgot to put the Sag time. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. Okay, Two of Cups just came out. Capricorn. Oh my goodness. Ten of Pentacles. Capricorn, you have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. You have the whoever you're dealing with, Ten of Swords. They could be an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It doesn't have to be. This could be somebody who is suffering, feeling betrayed, backstabbed, maybe, I don't know, trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Three of Swords is their feeling hurt. And they have the Two of Wands as their action. So making some sort of decision. Now for you, King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, this could go vice versa. So King of Cups normally is a card of somebody who has a lot of emotions, but they're keeping it in check, or they're not really showing their cards. And then Eight of Wands is your action. So movement forward, communication. Four of Swords is your outcome. All right, so let's see what's going on here. I feel like there's kind of like this energy of moving forward. I wish I can pause this, but I don't think I can. Hold on, actually, let me see. Give me 1 sec. And I'm back. So, Hierophant. This could be a marriage, a relationship, a family situation. Ten of Pentacles, Moon, Ace of Cups. So there's a bit of uncertainty here. Someone's loyalty as well, because Ten of Pentacles can represent that. There's a bit of uncertainty here. Someone might try to be running away. Ace of Cups can signify a new chapter in opening one's heart. Let's see, Ten of Swords. They have the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like there's a sense of wanting to communicate, wanting to have an open heart, but this person is still dealing with I don't know if it's a loss, some sort of suffering. Why is the Three of Swords their feelings? They could have ended something. Four of Pentacles, the start of the death. Aquarius and Scorpio here. They could be doing some sort of healing right now and going through a significant change. There might be this desire to end the feeling of distance. Why is the Two of Wands their actions? Stress, worried, closing off a cycle. There could be some sort of stress that something here is over and they need to still put time and energy into something, or feeling like they're either losing time. For some, it's something that they need to take care of. Or feeling like they need to still invest their time and energy into something. So for you, Four of Four of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. You're sitting here just waiting and watching, seeing what's going to happen. I think there is some sort of communication you're wanting to have or maybe even receive, because the Page of Swords is kind of just curious. There's a curiosity here. Somebody is feeling a sense of okayness. That's even a word. I think open to balancing things out, making things right, making things clear. Again, this can go vice versa. Why is the Eight of Wands here? This person could be in their feminine energy if they're a male. Emperor, Strength, Five of Pentacles. Aries, Leo here. Three of Pentacles, the Tower, the Six of Swords. I feel, Five of Swords. I feel like the outcome here is needing to take a pause on something, because it almost seems like trying to reconstruct something or work together on something that either fell apart or that just keeps kind of falling apart. Now, it could be trying to work on something together and then all of a sudden somebody's just like, I need a break. I need to move on to calmer waters. There might have been broken trust here. This person could be dealing with something completely unrelated to you, and it's affecting the situation. I also get like somebody is saying like something here isn't working. Something here is not working. If there is something that needs to be said, or somebody is trying to figure out something is going to be made clear. Something is going to be made pretty clear. All right, let's move on to Aquarius. I'm not a fan of doing all sign readings because I tend to get very drained from the readings. And then when I get like the message, there's almost like this feeling of like, okay, that's it. No more. Like the message was said. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is not complete yet. All right, let's see. All right, Aquarius. If it does not resonate, please check out your other placements. If you're cross-watching, check out the other person's placements. Might also resonate. Aquarius, if you're dealing with a situation that you are trying to avoid, like maybe if you were waiting for something, or this is somebody here who's constantly, I don't know, I almost get the sense of like if you make plans with somebody but they're constantly canceling or avoiding you or whatever, and then when you start to not care, they come around. This is probably something you should give less energy to. For some of you, this might be a relationship, and you wonder like, what is this? What is this? Because I'm only feeling sad here. You have the Moon card as the overall energy. Whoever you're dealing with could be an earth sign. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, doesn't have to be. You have Aquarius here with the King of Swords as their feelings. And their actions is the Page of Swords, not taking action. I feel like this is kind of like the theme that's going on. Like a lot of people are not taking action, others are taking action. There's kind of like one person is just watching and waiting while the other person decides to step up here. So whoever you're dealing with might be somebody who is very slow to take action. They might be difficult in expressing their feelings. And what they do more of is either bullshit conversations, or they're very immature in the way that they talk, or they just sit there and wait to see what you're going to do. You have the Sun card, Leo, and your actions is the Emperor, Aries energy. I feel like you take full-on control. I think you start to get to a better place where you gain clarity. You feel a sense of control either of the situation or of yourself. This doesn't really bother you that much. And if it does bother you right now, I feel like it will not bother you that much. What's your outcome? Two of Wands, some sort of decision. All right, let's see what this Moon card is for you. Why is the Moon here? Two of Wands, sorry, Page of Wands, Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a bit of fear here of either getting rejected or somebody kind of like pushing away the other person, because it seems like somebody wants to say something, but there is a bit of overthinking and worry about what's going to happen because there's a sense of uncertainty. Things aren't really clear here. Why is the Knight of Pentacles this person? Queen of Wands, the World, the Lovers. Aries, Sag, Leo, Gemini energy. I feel like this person feels confident. They feel, I also get the sense of they want to be chased. This is probably why they're moving very slowly, kind of like to give you a hint of, you know, I'm still here, but you're going to have to chase me. Why is the King of Swords their feelings? Temperance, Hermit, Hierophant. Wow. Sag, Virgo, Taurus. I'm saying wow because these are all major arcanas. This person's feelings is more of this waiting. More of not really saying anything. For some of you, this person is trying to keep it very cool. I almost wanted to say very professional. Why is the Page of Swords their actions? Ten of Wands, Seven of Wands, Four of Cups. I think this person almost expects you rejecting them. Why do you have the Sun card? Knight of Swords, the Chariot, the Four of Swords. I feel like you've done all you could, is what it seems like to me. I feel like with this Chariot, Four of Swords, the Sun card, for some of you may be going on vacation. Why is the Emperor here? The Tower, the Five of Wands, the Three of Swords. Wow. I also get the sense of like your actions towards this is trying to be very stoic. And for some of you, is trying to regain control over a situation that just fell apart. Maybe there is drama, competition. For some, there is just differences in opinion, like the inability to agree to disagree. 3 of Swords, disappointment. Somebody could be upset with you and how you handle things. Maybe you're being stubborn yourself. Why is the 2 of Wands here as the outcome? Four of Wands, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups. I think you know that there's something better here. And I think you make a decision because your intuition kind of pulls you. Once you feel this sense of security within yourself, for some of you, it's like feeling you might get this intuitive nudge while you're at home. Because the Ace of Cups to me is either some sort of new chapter in love or self-love. This person might come back around. I feel like the moment that you stop engaging and start focusing on yourself, I get the sense of spending more time at home. This is when this picks up. Kind of like this person has this aha moment. But I also get this something new coming in. So you might have a choice between 2. Now, if it's not 2 people, it could just be like, do I focus on this or do I focus on that? Again, I want to reiterate that this could go vice versa. So, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Last but not least. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. You have the King of Wands, Aries, Sag, Leo as your situation. Whoever you're dealing with could be an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. 6 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles is their feelings. Their actions is the Empress. For you, you have the Sun card. Didn't Aquarius just have this? And your actions is the Wheel of Fortune. Your outcome is the Magician. All right, let's see. Why is the King of Wands the situation for Pisces? I get the sense of like, I don't care. I'm going to get over whatever this is. I'm going to enjoy my time. I'm going to make better decisions. Something like this. Ace of Cups, 10 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like, oh, Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. I feel like there might have been something here where you've experienced some sort of suffering and ending, maybe feeling backstabbed. But whatever this is, I feel like this whole situation kind of moves you to have something much better. Like this is a closing of a chapter. A new chapter is beginning, but one has to absolutely close, and this other one is so much better. Now, I don't know what that chapter is that's closing. I don't know if it's a mindset. I don't know if it's something that you've been stressing out with. Actually, that could be, because I was getting that sense before. I had posted on Instagram on my stories about Pisces dealing with maybe a stressful situation, and you're actually going to feel more detached from it, and it's not going to have that hold on you anymore. Why is the 6 of Swords here for whoever you're dealing with? Judgment, 4 of Wands, the High Priestess. This could be somebody who is deeply wanting to move away from whatever had happened, but they could, it's possible with the High Priestess that they're not making that known. The Star, the Queen of Pentacles. Could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Aquarius energy here. 9 of Wands. This person might be feeling a bit skeptical and kind of like digging themselves into the things that they need to do every day, their mundane tasks, work. I think they're trying to also maybe avoid certain things. They might have a guard up. Let's see. Why is the Empress their actions? Nine of Cups, the Strength card, the Six of Cups. You have Leo energy here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They could, okay, so their actions could be that they're still kind of holding back, but really wanting to kind of like indulge in this authentic, genuine feelings that you guys share. For some of you, this is somebody here who you are in a long-term commitment with. There might have been some sort of drama. Why is the Sun card here for you? Seven of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you're optimistic here, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you might still be feeling like your emotions are all over the place. You're unsure. There's still a bit of a heavy burden that's still on your back, whether it's with the situation, with other things. But with this Ace of Pentacles, there's, again, this new chapter that's emerging. And this seems pretty good. For some of you, you've had faith in something, and this is why you held on to it. Now, others of you, there has to be this opening up. So kind of like putting down the burden to accept whatever this Ace of Pentacles is. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Four of Cups. So your actions, I almost feel like for some of you, you're kind of holding back a little bit, waiting to see if this person kind of proves themselves. For some of you, you just want to hold back from being disappointed again. You want to avoid that. Why is the Magician here? Three of Cups, Eight of Wands, King of Swords. I feel like the outcome here for you is manifesting something much better. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that there is something that I feel like is already stable in your life. And maybe this is about a reconciliation or starting over. Somebody does express what it is that they're feeling. And for some of you, somebody's been waiting here, just waiting, kind of closed off, waiting to see if you were going to open up to them. And I feel like you give somebody a piece of your mind, and this ends up turning out to be a little different than you expected. All right, I'm going to leave it there. So if you resonated with the reading, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.